Call to order the March 12th, 2013 Recreation Committee meeting. We'd like to hold on for Councilman Joseph.
Thank you.
All members are present, and Chairman, Committee Member Dempsey Lamb is going to lead us in the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please bow. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Lord, please give us strength and the wisdom to take care of our recreation needs. Lord, please bless all the children as we start our baseball season. Just keep everyone safe, everyone smart, and everyone have a good season. In His name, amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to remind anybody that wants to speak, they have to sign up at the podium. Go to number 4, the Director's Report. Mr. Garnett Gotro.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the council. First thing, Mr. Mike Moeller is here. He's going to be the new Recreation Director. I'm going to go over this today because we've been involved in it, but from tomorrow he will be taking over Recreation. Mr. Mike Moeller. Thank you, Mike. You want to say anything,
Mike?
What you doing, retired?
No.
So that means we can wear you out today, going?
Huh?
We can beat you down today?
Huh?
Being reassigned.
Reassigned.
It's got some slashes in it. We have a short agenda, but we'd like to do, if possible, is for our next meeting, have it on a separate night. We have some things we'd like to discuss with y'all and show y'all. I know all of us looking forward to it for a presentation, you know, with pictures and all of us. I know with some of the things we've done, so y'all can really see what we got working. And also, if we could set up the next one maybe on an off night, that we could start at 6 o'clock or 5:30, whatever, you know. The first thing is the Ascension Baseball Committee. They've done started practicing baseball. We have 745 players registered to play this year. We've lost probably 100 and something with the tournament teams and all, but I think that's pretty much the trend right now. But we have 525 children, 3 years old to 6 years old, and most of them are almost 4. And that's played at Paula Park. The Ascension Youth Softball Association, they're still arresting children and all now, girls, and so. But I think it's going to be down some also. I mean, the tournament teams are really taking a toll on us, but I think that's probably statewide too.
That's correct.
The Softball Association, do have co-ed and men's league is scheduled to start this week. We have 14 co-ed teams and 13 men's league teams. Now these numbers are way up with them, and they also play twice a year, so we collect them from them twice a year. The Darrow Community Center, we'd gotten a $25,000 grant. Representative Ed Price had really helped us out, Jody Amity, and on it. But out of the $25,000, we put a new floor in the Darrow Community Center, and we're getting prices right now to paint the building. And the back part of the pavilion is a large pavilion, and it's starting to rust, and we have to get it sandblasted, and we think it's going to come in more probably between $9,000 and $11,000. We're not sure. But we need to do it the right way this time because it's getting to where it's starting to deteriorate. And I think we'll have about $4,000 or $5,000 left over off the $25,000 grant to do some other things in there. Lemonville Park, we've installed a new playground equipment, 2 to 12 years old. That's what we like to make a presentation all on, what we're doing out there. The dirt work, the Tebow family donated about 75 to 100 loads of dirt, river sand, for us to the drainage and all. It was in a hole like now, a good oval shape, and it drains real good. And that's in Councilman Albert Joseph's district. And George Rosier helped us, you know. I think I got his name right. The Louisiana Fairgrounds, we've been approached. There's no handicap accessible in the park, and also we're doing a sidewalk, handicap sidewalk through the whole park. So the whole park, the three fields will be accessible, you know, for handicap. That's something that so it costs us. I'm not sure how much we still be getting prices on it. We've done a small playground at Keystone. It's 2 to 12 years old. We've got the marsh in it, and then also the borders and all in it, and it's being used a lot. It's kind of like Oak Grove Community Center. It's being used a lot, and this is the builder Kevin Wynn is the one that donated $10,000 towards it, and we put out maybe $4,000 on this project. Sorrento Park. Whenever we had it surveyed, we had some part of our property going on a man's driveway. And so we met with him, and he's willing, we're working on it right now, where we're going to take some of the land in the back, and he's going to take some in the front, so we can square up our property and get it in the, it'll help him also. We'd be good neighbors with them. And the other side is next to the boat place, and Councilman Ken Shashnada went and talked to him also, and we're going to be talking to him about, he's got a little piece of property up front, and we got some in the back. We may be able to trade him, or maybe have to buy it. We're not sure yet, but the park, the concession stands in the parks and all, in the basketball and the softball and baseball, they run, the association run their own concession stands and all, and that's how they pay for the trophies, I guess, and the All-Stars at the end of the year. The next thing is what they submitted. This is not for us to take action on tonight. This is the miscellaneous charges that Recreation does for different events and different centers and all. And we want y'all to take a look at it in our next meeting. When we have more time, we'll go over the charges and be sure we got everything right. We'll also have the list of the ordinances also that we had passed on the charges. And one thing I'd like, if y'all could, we need a motion tonight. The Frank Sotil Pavilion, which is a super place. I mean, it's in Downsville. It's on Tebow Road. And we trying to do some charges. We want to do a $125 charge for it whenever somebody wants to rent it. We're getting a lot of calls on it now. And we'd also like to have it with no alcohol. And we will come back to y'all whenever we look at all the other stuff, the charge and all, and maybe readjust and everything, but we'd like to do that if y'all could give us a motion tonight to go ahead and rent it for $125 with no alcohol.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion by Commissioner Lambert and seconded by Councilman Malonzo.
Okay, and if y'all will take the charges and the look at them in our next meeting, we'll meet with y'all and see if y'all agree with the charges we got. Okay, that's pretty much everything. Any questions?
Got one.
Sure.
On Keystone, isn't the developer also putting in a walking trail in that little park?
Well, we've already put one.
Oh, there's one already installed.
Yeah, they
Okay.
donated $5,000. I think the whole thing was like $10,000 something dollars for the walk trail, and two people. One of the contractors, Councilman Lambert probably knows.
That was the Ascension Ready Mix Concrete,
okay.
and the other one was Vignette Builders, was the other one, or DSL.
They pay for the whole thing. You know.
I really appreciate that.
We need to,
Ask a few questions.
well, let's call for, let's do the vote on the motion, then we'll come right back to you. Do a vote on the motion?
The motion is to approve the $125, correct?
Right.
Right.
All right.
Councilman Joseph?
Yes.
Councilman Lambert?
Yes.
Councilman Lambert?
Yes.
Councilman Lambert?
Yes.
I'd like to say yes as well.
Okay.
Motion passes.
Good.
President Martinez?
It's going been a few comments lately about the boat launch in Sorrento that we purchased.
Well, that's what we'd like to,
So give us an update on that, because I want 'em to show that
Sure.
it's more than just a boat slip and stuff.
sure.
So-
We, the building, it appraised for 353, I'm not exactly sure about the price, but I think it was $353,000. The guy agreed to sell it to us for $150,000. And he, to make it legal, he donated us the building and this boat launch, you know, and we paid for the land, but it's all ours. Then we've, the building is 45 by 80. We have gutted it, you know, everything. We're fixing to build 3 offices in there, and we're gonna use it for the Sportsman League. Helped us a lot in acquiring it. We're talking to people and everything, and we're adding a little bit more to the boat launch, making it a little bit wider and everything. And whenever they took it over, I sent Bill Rua a letter saying that we wanted the dirt that they piled up all along the thing to be spread and all, which we're a landowner, you know, and we're entitled to that. And so they done that for us. They spread the dirt and everything, and hopefully we'll be in it in 6 months, you know. We're fixing to open with the slit is closed right now, but every time we get it ready to pour the concrete, it rains and fills it back up, you know. So hopefully this week we'll be able to pour the concrete on it.
Okay, got a couple other things on that. Lamar Dixon, we fixing to let the 4-H building, and I just want to take this opportunity to thank NRG because they donated $1.5 million to that project. We're going to put solar paneling there and utilize the extra electricity to light the fields in the back where we had the festival. So that's $1.5 million that, and they're going to maintain it for the longevity. So I think that was a very good ideal timing for that to happen. And I guess the other thing is on the pier.
The pier.
I need a report on that because there's some numbers thrown out that we spent $250,000 on man hours and all kind of stuff according to one of our ex-employees.
We've sent in everything to finance and to Mr. Bill Rue and everything was
Well, we need to
done.
bring it out and say it
Above-
here at a
above
meeting in
board.
public and hand it out.
Right.
So we'll have it in black and white so people who quit, they can,
We'll bring all that at the next
all
meeting.
these accusations.
For
So-
sure. In fact, we're getting calls now for people wanting to use it for weddings now, so we will probably have to add that on to the list of charges, you know, because I mean, it's beautiful. It hadn't been out there yet, you know, and most of that was done in-house.
Go on, I had a quick question. As far as baseball and softball, have you ever thought about trying to separate the two leagues into a recreational and maybe a competitive league to have the
There's
travel
talk
teams?
about it right now, you know, and I don't know whether, I'm sure Michael's get involved with that when we get back and everything, you know, but whether we do it this year, I'm not sure.
Yeah, 'cause I was thinking maybe if we're having a problem with the numbers, reach out to those travel teams and maybe have them play. I know most of their tournaments are Friday through Sunday, and maybe have a night or 2 nights during the week that those travel teams are in a separate league and they can play against each other to have, you know, games that's local instead of traveling to Baton Rouge.
Sure.
New Orleans or wherever else, and you know,
Yeah.
you probably charge those teams, you know, a few extra dollars more than you charge the
Sure.
strictly
We've-
recreational play.
We have tried to work with, for the last 4 years, I mean, we work with the tournament teams and the parish teams, you know, and we work together good. We let them use the fields, you know, whenever it's not being used during parish. We have tournaments there all the time,
Yeah,
too.
'cause I was almost thinking maybe because, you know, I don't know if they're playing tournaments every weekend in the parish, but maybe on a Tuesday or Wednesday night, it'd be strictly a travel team, you know, league. They're playing against each other and, you know, get games in like that.
Sure.
That they don't have to travel and, you know, they can keep the numbers up for the parish instead of everybody playing outside.
Well-
And also, you know, have those concessions coming in.
We have the right baseball man to work with them, you know, but,
But I think in the past, you know, we work with them, but it's when the fields were available, because I know with the quantity of players playing, it took almost, that somebody was playing there every night
Sure.
at all our fields, and that was an issue of trying to get the tournament guys.
Sure.
And when they had a weekend available, we'd, rent it to them or let them have it or, go from there. But
Right.
We're doing a few more fields.
And they practicing everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can come out to the ballparks on Sundays, and a lot of the parish teams don't practice early. They're out there on Sundays, they're out there on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And the parish teams has first choice. If nobody's on it, we let the tournament teams use it,
Right. But right now, league play is all the way through Saturday, right? Monday through Saturday?
Pretty
They-
much.
Pretty
But-
much.
But we're waiting on the schedule right now. We hadn't got the schedule back, how they're gonna do them and all, But it's hard to, used to be you could start at 5 o'clock and play 3 games. With the world like it is today, we start at 6 now and play 2 games a night because it's just so hard for people to.
Parents
Yeah.
to get there
You
at
know.
5.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Councilman Joseph?
Yeah, going, the president just said you had the lighting, the solar lighting and everything, and you're gonna put it in the back of Lamar Dixon. How, are we gonna coordinate that with that master plan we supposed to have? We don't
Yeah.
wanna put something and then have to, 3 years from now, have to,
Right.
redo stuff. We're gonna
Eric-
coordinate.
With SJB Group, he's been working on it also, In fact, that's gonna help us a lot, I think, especially around if we put a walk trail around the lake in the back. And that's something else also that President Martinez has set up with us for, I forgot to tell y'all, that with Wildlife and Fisheries, they came out like 3 years or 4 years ago and stocked it for us. Well, they came out again, and the man shocked, and he said it looked real good, the thing. But President Martinez recommended what kind of fish?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, little. Good.
Oh, that's great.
Cool. That'd be good.
and they'll be coming back probably in 2 or 3 months and doing it, I forgot to tell y'all about that.
That
Yeah.
is great.
I did pass around it on a Saturday a week ago, and there was 15, 20 of them fishing
yeah.
around the lake,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
Richard-
with the airplanes flying at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, that's
was
an
neat,
issue.
yeah.
That's an issue that we will be taking care of more probably before the end of this year because Lamar Dixon is getting so many local people out there now and everything, picnicking and soccer and,
Get
and we got
dangerous,
some
yeah.
other plans now which way we're going to be going out there
Yeah.
also. So that's an issue we had to face. And like Beth has the man's name and all, I'd called him once or twice. And but there's some new leadership out there. And we're going to be more probably having to find them another place or they have to find them because it's getting too dangerous with people out there all the time,
Yeah.
That's basically what Gordon's gonna be doing now. He's gonna be assigned to Lamar Dixon pretty much and make sure that all that facility runs smoothly and, he'll be working with Mike on other recreation, projects, so.
Appreciate that.
Mr. Chairman, I have one more.
Councilman Joseph?
Going on Lemonville Park, I know we put that new equipment out there and landscape and everything. We was gonna have a community opening where the president can come out there
Right.
and do that. Has that date have been set, or
No,
we haven't forgot about that, huh?
No, I give it Ija. We'll probably better do it when the school's out. Put much in, it's gonna be in May. The weather be nice and everything. The last 4 weeks with the rain and everything else, we'd have been bombed if we'd have done it then, but,
I just wanna make
we
sure.
wanna be sure all the grass gets, that new dirt we put in there, that we got good grass out there and everything. And
All right.
set up 2 volleyball courts in case anybody wants to play volleyball.
All right.
No.
Thank you very much, Gordon.
Ija's not gonna let me forget. Any other questions?
Just 2 things, Mr. Chairman. Hey, look, appreciate with the Keystone Park, I think they're trying to have an Easter egg hunt at the end of this month. We should be okay as far as, letting the subdivision book that with a, Easter egg hunt in there.
What'd you say, Michelle?
The only thing you need to know is if they want to cut the grass.
Yeah, do y'all want us to cut the grass or let the grass grow from now till after Easter?
I'm gonna let Miss Cindy, I'll get in touch with her so y'all can coordinate that.
Okay,
But they trying to have something near, at the end of the month.
okay, good.
The other thing was with the lights at the baseball fields. I know we have some stuff there, it's been since the 70s, mid-70s. And I appreciate all the quick work with Sun Electric and everything. Looks like everything's adjusted now and they're working. But this is something that is gonna be a long range. We got to start looking at replacing and doing different things, and just wanna make sure we all, on the
President,
same.
President Martinez and I talked about this also. We got 22 light poles, and as soon as this season's over with, then we gotta replace them, find some money somewhere to replace them. And, I mean, I hadn't got a commitment from him yet, but, you know. But everything is 35, 40 years old, and this has been the worst season we've had to start with the lights going out everywhere. I got a good crew, and look, and I've enjoyed my job working with the Recreation Department, but it's the crew that we have, the workers and everything else we have, that makes this thing work. You know,
Yeah.
and this has been the worst year we've ever had in 5 years for sure with the lights. It look like every night, Dempsey's out there catching all the the complaints and everything else and all, but I think we've almost got them all working right like they should be.
Yeah, and I mean, we've had, we've been in 4 major hurricanes and, different things that just really bad shape, but I think they adjusted now where they
Yeah.
in the right location, so
The-
it's just something we got to outreach and look to see what we can do.
Our worst enemy is those red-headed woodpeckers.
Yeah.
You know, you can look at them poles and you can see holes where they just eat that crystal straight on through.
Yeah.
And then the water starts getting in them and they start deteriorating, for sure. So, any more questions?
Yeah, not a question, but just a comment. I want to commend Mr. Gorney for the last, I don't know, 5, 6 years you've been in this position. It's a whole lot less calls that we've gotten, at home, on recreation. You've done a great job, and I just want to commend you.
Well,
Mike's got some big shoes to fill for you, but I'm sure you're going to be
Well,
okay.
but Mike's got the same men that gonna follow him.
There you
know
go.
what I mean? So that's gonna make it easy.
Yeah, he's got a
and,
good
and,
group.
and ladies too.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Got one.
Councilman Joseph.
Going, just the lights, he just brought up, I had a couple, we got a light pole out from the little hurricane that we had, little windstorm.
You're not gonna believe this. We got the requisition for it today. We have 2 of them out on the 290 field, but we still have stuff that we hadn't done from Katrina, with the wiring and all.
Right.
But the 2 poles that broke, one of them is gonna be replaced by Isaac, and we have to replace the other ourselves. It's $8,000 something for each one.
Okay.
We will probably end up spending about $35,000-$40,000 to get the lights in working order for this year.
Okay. But, I guess it's the small field right there where the baseball complex is, where they play every night at right now.
You got a broke pole?
Yeah. The one by the concession stand in the outfield.
The lights are out on it?
Yeah.
We haven't heard anything. They hadn't reported, and but we'll check on it tomorrow.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
a lot of times, what it is when they get hot, I mean, the breakers go out, or the fuse at the bottom. It's a little 30-amp fuse like this that controls 2 or 3 of the poles.
Okay.
And that's what we find, and most of the time, that's what it is.
All right.
But I will check on it tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Move to agenda item number 5, the basketball report by Mrs. Beth Bertrand.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
I'll try to be brief. AYBA finished their season as of this past weekend. It lasted, if you include when they started practicing, which was on December the 6th, 14 weeks of practice and then the play on Saturdays. The games actually started on the 12th of January. We accommodated a little over 1,000 kids this year. Usually AYBA's numbers stayed just about the same. It'll fluctuate, maybe 50 or 100 kids. But this year was a second banner year at the Ascension Gym at Lamar-Dixon. We've been accommodating both a front and a back gym situation because we're able to drop a curtain, and I've got 6 retractable goals in that gymnasium. It's a premier piece of property, as everyone is finding out. Due to the fact that we had lost a gym at Sanamaw to reconstruction and one at Dutchtown. We got Sanamaw back this year, and we have just been told that we will get Dutchtown back next year. However, Carl Senior and I he's been running AYBA for 25 years now, have talked, and we'd like to continue at least with one gym play at the Ascension Gym. We're thinking about maybe not being at Prairieville. And I think part of the reason that that's been chosen is because of the condition of the gyms. Also, the schools have gotten a little bit touchy about, who plays where and who does what. We have a very equitable relationship with them. Carl does specifically, and so we're still welcome at the gyms. But a lot of adults have been shut out of their men's league play and all that sort of thing. So guess where they are now? They're at the Ascension Gym. And I'm stacking people every evening. It starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and goes until 9 o'clock at night most nights. I've even left the taping on the floor from the AYBA organization so that they can play sideways, and I've got 2 courts running at the same time. Generates a little income. We call it miscellaneous income because you can come for $3 and play until you either get tired and go home or you drop from a heart attack or whatever, because these guys aren't young. They're just trying to stay in shape, but they really are enjoying it. Garney and President Martinez will probably want to hit me for saying this, but we need another gym. I've also got volleyball that's scheduled 2 nights a week in there, and I've got 6 sleeves in the floor and 2 complete setups for volleyball, and they are using it like crazy. And it's a travel team, a travel volleyball association. But as I said, it was an extremely successful, peaceful season this year. We don't get a lot of those, and it was really nice. There weren't too many bumps in the road. Anybody got any questions? AYBA flies every year.
Yeah. I think it was real, I was there every Saturday watching the grandbaby, so it was ran real smooth,
Exceptional. We've got
Between Galvez and Lamar Dixon is where we went. And
Yeah.
Both gyms was
we
handled well,
actually
professional.
have evolved to the point that we've got 7 certified high school referees now out of like 18. And the others, if you combine all their experience, you're probably looking at 30 years worth of refereeing experience. We're really proud of the refs.
Yeah.
They have been with us a long time. We definitely do not pay them more than the other parishes. They can pick up cash payments. They can pick up per diem for travel expenses. We don't do that. They're just like me,
Good.
so they keep
Keep it
coming
up.
back. Yes, yes, indeed. But we got a good thing going with AYBA, and I'd like to keep them out there at the Ascension Gym at least for their season. Their season's cut and dried. It's once a year, Okay?
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go to agenda item number 6, the Donaldsonville update by Asia Mitchell.
Good evening.
Evening.
We have WABA, our basketball program in Donaldsonville. Their regular season ends this Saturday, and they're going to continue this year they won't have all-stars from what they've told me. They will have a championship weekend, which will be Friday and Saturday, the 22nd and 23rd of March. And that will be the end of their season. Had a couple of bumps in the road, but we got through the year. The last probably about 5 weeks have been run pretty smoothly, and we're hoping we can continue that into the next season. Baseball registration has started over there. The registration forms are online at their website, warsports.net. They basically, last year was a good season with them. We had no issues. I don't think we're rolling into any issues for this year either. The next thing, we just finished the agreement with the city of Donaldsonville, between the city of Donaldsonville, the West Ascension Basketball Association, and the Recreation Department Parish. Basically, we did a few changes to it. I know last year, I know Mr. Oliver had a lot to do with the agreement also, and he can help me out if I forget something. I know last year when we signed it again for last year's season, we basically had 2 different agreements. Agreement with the West Ascension Basketball Association, and we had agreement with the city of Donaldsonville for the use of the gym, for the running of the sports of basketball and baseball. This year we combined the 2. Being so because we wanted to make sure everybody knew what everybody, in the group was doing. The city basically is going to take over the registration portion. They're going to collect the funds and distribute them to the association for uniforms. We basically step in as usual as far as facilities, supplies, maintenance and things of that nature. And the association basically stays on task with getting the kids registered, making sure they're going to City Hall to register, also purchasing with the funds from the city the uniforms. And that's basically what we came up with this year, and we basically put in the exhibit those three things, and everybody knows what they're doing. So we're hoping, that takes some of the bumps out of the road for next year. On March 23rd, we're having a Easter Egg Fest. We did have one last year. We had about 50 to 60 3 to 8-year-old kids come in. We had a lot of support locally in the surrounding areas. A lot of people gave and came out and supported the event. We're hoping that this year will be a great turnout also. In the last week, we have, with the help of Mr. Mark Peters, the Director of Hope Youth Development, we have added the punt, pass, and kick and the pitch, hit, and run. And the punt, pass, and kick is through the National Football League, basically based off of kids, girls and boys from ages 6 to 15 years old. The pitch, hit, and run, this is the Major League Baseball program that they have for boys and girls ages 7 to 14. And we're going to have this event, it's scheduled right now for the 31st, but as of today, I actually got an email saying that they may have a sectional competition during that time, so I may have to do it before, which probably would most likely be about May 11th. That's what we're looking at right now. I think that both events are going to be a great asset to the Donaldsonville community and surrounding areas, because not only can the Donaldsonville area, benefit from it, the surrounding areas can also. The next thing would be the Hershey Track and Field event. This is my 3rd year with this event. This year is going to be on May the 18th. This basically, we have seen a lot of success with it last year. We had a $600 donation from CS Industries where we were able to supply healthy snacks for the kids. We had, they supplied us with a tent and everything like that, so we can have the kids under 10. It was hot out there, and they, after every race, they were able to rest up. And that's basically it. And as far as the events are concerned, yeah, I'm gonna bring it up. The next thing is soccer. Mr. Mark Peters with the Hope Youth Development, he's here today to discuss partnering with us, bringing on the Hope Youth Development soccer team to our recreation. So he's going to speak to you guys about that. Do you have any questions for me?
Good job, Ms. Mitchell.
I have one question, and then just to go back to the agreement with Ms. Say the agreement, and basically, it just put us with a timeline on how basketball ran on the West Bank. It just make those that organization make sure it start on a timely manner, and everybody is on the same page. And like she said, the city will do registration, but the parish will get the insurance money, and the organization will get the rest of the registration fee and everything. And we do have the agreement with the city of Donaldsonville to use the Lemon Center and the old DHS.
The old DHS is through the school board, but the Lemon Center is through the city of Donaldsonville.
Right.
And to reiterate, that's the main issue that we were having was time scheduling, them starting on time, and also extending a little bit longer so the kids can get more play. And they have done that this year. I will say they added 5 more games to the schedule.
And the other thing was, we was getting a lot of question asked by us, and, the thing was, the organization is responsible for scheduling games, doing all their portion of it. We provide the facility, coordinate, and supply everything. And so this is where we put it in black and white, so everyone know what they're doing. And so far, I think the city approved their portion of it. And
All has been approved, and basically everything has been sent in to distribute the funds to the association that they get every year, so that's
So-
been done today.
okay. And once again, I just want to go back to the fairground, the pavilion. I know we didn't have the costs in it, but how many calls you have been getting in for?
As of right now, I think I have about 6 or 7 dates booked in upcoming months.
And that's not advertising or anything
No.
like that? Okay. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mark Peters.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mark Peters, Hope Youth Development Incorporated, and today I've given you guys a snapshot of what we do as far as the branch of Donaldsonville Soccer Club. Donaldsonville Soccer Club has been in existence for the past 9.5 years, created and directed by Mark Peters since 2003. The soccer club has a spring and fall season, and boys and girls aged 3 to 12 years old are welcome. We do a spring and a fall session. It's an 8-week program. Registration dates are on here. The practice dates are on here, and the dates for the games. The fee for registration for the program is $40. We have an average of 120 kids in our spring session and 80 kids average in our fall session. The club provides T-shirts to begin the season and trophies at the end of the season. The parents provide black shorts, socks, tennis, or cleats for the season. All coaches and referees are volunteer. Kids that referee get a stipend of $100 per season and must volunteer at least 4 weeks. And then on the second page, we have a breakdown of soccer balls that would be needed, the paint for the lines to mark the fields, and the stipends for the referees. We are now presently using the Lowry School, and after talking to Councilman Joseph, he would like for us to move to the fairground so that the kids can be seen by people passing through the city, just like it is on here in Gonzales. And that is all I have for today. If you guys have any questions.
Good job.
Councilman Joseph.
Yeah, and I just want to, Mark say he's using the Lowry School. Currently, he's using the Lowry Park.
Right.
That's currently have playground equipment. We're in the process of putting a bathroom in it right now. It used to be 3 acres, but now we really to put 2 pavilions in it, the bathroom. So it really reduced the space that he was using.
Yes.
And since we have purchased the fairground, and I have asked him to come to us and make this presentation so that he can partnership with us and we can use this as another association and going for us to bring it under recreation. And as he said, he do have a successful program, but there are some more kids that need to be bring in on the West Bank to bring in soccer. I know on the East Bank, y'all do have soccer. It's governed by, I think, Gonzales. But once again, Mark already have an association, and I'd just like to bring him, recommend that we take his budget, look at it, and see can we adopt it in ours.
We didn't make a motion.
I would love to bring his motion that we bring it in and bring it under Parish program.
We have a second.
Well, I'd like to hear from administration, on the west side, or Mr. Gorney, maybe.
We
Before we do it, we
Mark,
need to make
you
sure,
don't have him a copy for the.
we need to make sure it's budgeted and everything else
Right.
before we do so.
What I'd like to see y'all do is maybe make a motion to take it under consideration so we can meet with him, because he's talked to Aja about it and everything, but we got to be sure that before we do it, does he have association like everybody else has? And we'd be glad to meet with him and report back to y'all the next meeting. Y'all want to take it under advisement?
I second that motion if
You
you
know.
know. go with
Yeah, I can
consideration.
change that to make, for administration to take it under advisement and
for us
look
to
at the
meet with
numbers
him
and
look at
everything.
the whole thing, and we'll come back with a recommendation, you know.
We got a motion by Councilman Joseph, second by Councilman Lambert, to take it under advisement as to whether we would take in the Donaldsonville Soccer Club under the Recreation Department.
We'll vote on it.
Do we need to vote on it?
Any objections?
Any objection to it?
No, Judge.
No objections. Go to agenda item number 7. This is done by myself. About 2 weeks ago, we had a meeting with the Gonzales Soccer Club, the local football programs, and the local basketball programs. And the reason for that meeting was to discuss possible changes at Lamar Dixon as far as when it becomes a full-fledged recreational facility. As for what type of facilities the soccer clubs would need, the football programs, and the basketball programs. We also want to meet with any other bodies that are looking at this meeting that have, if we have any volleyball teams or any other type of teams that's in the parish that need facilities to practice, to try to meet with them so we can try to make Lamar Dixon a facility that can meet the needs of the entire parish, to improve the quality of life in this parish. The meeting was very productive. Gonzales Soccer Club pretty much gave us an idea of exactly what type of fields they're looking for, how much room they need. The football programs did as well, because those are programs that the parish don't currently run as of right now, football or soccer programs. And also we met with some of the basketball programs to see how many courts they think would be feasible to meet the needs of the parish. I know as for the Ms. Bertram, I think the EYBA is using around 10 to 12 courts as of right now. About 8. This was pretty much a brainstorming idea. We're going to try to meet once a month to get ideas for what we want at Lamar Dixon and to see about ways of funding a facility at Lamar Dixon for recreation and for funding the entire recreation department.
Good question.
Councilman Lambert?
That is, a good idea, but I think we need to look at, we have a lot of ball fields. We have, I'd like to see some alternative recreation for Lamar Dixon, which that we are doing that. I don't want to fill it up with ball fields and then, we lose the beautiful site that we have today for alternative to guys and elderly guys and young guys that fish and that don't play ball. And, I want to concentrate on that a little bit too. Don't fill it up with ball fields, because we do have a lot of ball fields in the parish to maintain as we speak. So I think we need to maybe pay attention to that also, during some of y'all meetings and conversations.
Councilman Joseph?
Councilman Lambert, have you seen the master plan?
Yes, I have.
So which one you looked at? The one with the
All of
15
them.
baseball park or the
Yeah.
reduced down to about?
I have looked at all of them, but, I still want to stick, we don't want to lose. I guess, Mr. Joseph, we got so many ball fields that we're maintaining, and it's taking a big part of our budget to maintain. Now, I don't know if you plan on losing them ball fields and putting everything at Lamar Dixon. I don't know if we want to do that, because I don't know if y'all ever been to Lamar Dixon at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon with the traffic. To get your kids there for a ball game, it's going to be tough during the week. During the weekend, you might be able to be a little bit more flexible, but during the weekdays at 4:30, it's bumper to BSF coming from both ways. So I think with it spread out throughout the parish, I think our citizens are able to get their kids to the park a whole lot more easier and more convenient to them, and I don't want to lose that part of it, That's kind of why I'm looking at that.
President Martinez?
Well, I don't think it's going to ever be, I hope it's not going to be the intent to destroy our neighborhood parks like we do have now at Stevens Park and, the girls' softball fields and stuff. I don't think that's the intent of this master
Right.
plan. I think it's to retain those parks, but to utilize the Lamar Dixon in a way that the tournament teams, those type things that you can look at on weekends, whatever.
Yeah.
The clubs and stuff, so they're not using our neighborhood parks. They can use these facilities and,
Well, that's what, yeah.
yeah, so I think
Try
that
to
that's
look
the
at
intent,
on
but,
all that.
I mean, I wouldn't want to certainly get rid of Paula Park and Stevens Park and,
Right.
all those different, Goa Park. I mean, those, those are people established there, and I don't think they want to move. I think it would just be, like I said, we got a lot of soccer people that want to play soccer, and of course fishing, and we have the scouting area in the back that we want to make sure we maintain that, and so yeah, there's some, different things, but I think you want to give everybody, utilize it as a facility that you can do a lot of different things and encompass it, but not to destroy the current parks, the neighborhood parks that we have.
Good.
Councilman Joseph.
Mr. Chairman, I know you brought up this program, and I'd like to go back to Mr. Gorney about the, Mr. Gorney, I know we're going to have a master plan meeting for the city of Downsonville Fairground, and that meeting going to be held April the 2nd at 6 o'clock at City Hall in Downsonville, and we do have the engineer or architect of that plan sitting out there, Eric Poche. And if you don't mind, if he can just come up and just give a brief statement of what he's gonna be expecting the public to give.
Good evening.
Good evening.
As Mr. Joseph stated, we're working on a couple of options for a master plan to utilize additional property that is available at the fairgrounds. We're going to try to put some soccer fields in there. We are going to put some soccer fields there. We're going to put a couple of basketball courts. We're looking at anything from spray pads, skate parks, playgrounds, as well as picnic areas, to try to use the property as much as possible. And we are going to have a public meeting where we're going to present the preliminary options to the public and try and get as much input as possible, so that the plan, when it's done, will be a product of what the people want. And that's, I mean, if there's any questions that any of you have specifically about anything?
Thank you very much,
All
Mr.
right.
Poche.
We have a public speaker card for Mr. Mark Peters.
If I could have one more minute, I would like to come to you guys on next month as well. I also do flag football in Gonzales and also Donaldsonville, to utilize some of the grounds along Highway, right by the fairground, close to the highway, to do flag football as well. We normally do flag football once the kids get out of school. It's done for 6 weeks. And also for the tennis court, I was in Donaldsonville last night at the tennis courts. If we could take a look at the lighting there at the tennis courts. I think those lights have been there for 42 years. Yeah, maybe about 42 years there at the tennis court in Donaldsonville. Thank you. Also, I have on there as well, you guys were talking about the master plan for the Lamar Dixon and for the whole parish. We only have one pool in the parish that is utilized for the public, and that pool is located in Gonzales, and we have 3 teams, high school teams, that utilize that one pool to practice at. We have over 110,000 people in the parish, and we only have one pool in the parish of Ascension. I haven't seen the master plan or anything like that, but if we're going to do recreation, I think there needs to be more than one swimming pool with 3 high schools in the parish. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other comments?
I'll finish up, Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Lambert?
Just, I'll tell you, I'm really excited for a lot of the young families now. Coaching with my 2 boys, I'm telling you, that we headed in the right direction. The only thing with, Mr. Gautreaux, with the numbers that they said they're down. I think if we take a look at it statewide, even at the nation, we are still having high numbers that are registering with us, and I think we will, if there's any way possible, everything, baseball, basketball, football, if we run the registration dates, maybe another 2 or 3 weeks, let the high schools, these other schools that, some of the kids get cut, we pick those up, make it a little easier for them. If we could run those dates over, I think it's going to help us out a lot in our numbers. But as the numbers that I'm looking at, I think we still up there. So, I know they down, but I think if you look at it on another level, we compete.
Yeah. Our 15 to 18-year-olds are one of our biggest leagues now. Where we're losing them at like 9 and 10. A lot of people doesn't like for us to be down at 3 and 4-year-old kids and all, but we have 575 T-ballers playing now. We still got it open till the 10th,
Right.
I think, of April, and it's helping us because the 4 and the 5-year-olds, that's the ones you need to reach, I think. Right now, we started using the 4-year-olds and the 5-year-olds in Donsonville, and they play on Tuesday nights, I think, Elijah. Yeah, 2 days, and the first Tuesday night, Elijah went to the gym was almost half full, with parents out there and volunteers, and when Donsonville, and I really think we're turning the corner.
Oh, yeah.
It's been 2 years, and we figured it'd take 3 or 4 years, but we got volunteers now coming out and helping us and all, and it costs us some to run the league and everything else and all, but we're not paying out. It's going towards the kids and all now, and like I say, we figured it'd take us 3 or 4 years, but in 2 years, we can see the difference already. In fact, we've had a couple of council members tell us with the city that they can see it happening, so, we're all succeeding, and we got a lot of good people out there working for us, too.
Well, we have no other comments. We go to agenda item number 8.
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
Second it.
Motion adjourned by Councilman Lamb, second by Councilman Lawson. Our meeting adjourned.